I am Uday Bhons. Welcome to you to your favorite YouTube channel Uday Bhonjos English or Learn English with Uday Bhons. In this episode, you will be learned about the restrictions of the change of tense forms from direct speech to indirect speech. That means in previous episode you have been taught if the in case of direct speech, if it takes present simple it becomes past simple, present progressive, past progressive, present perfect, past perfect, present perfect progressive, past perfect progressive, past simple, past perfect, past progressive, past perfect progressive, or past progressive, past perfect, that means remains unchanged, past perfect progressive, past perfect progressive, that means remains unchanged. But in some cases there are restrictions. Let's learn about the restrictions of tense forms. Restriction number 1. If the speech part refers to a habitual action in present, if the speech part refers to a habitual action in present, it remains unchanged. That means the tense form remains unchanged. Just to repeat it. If the direct speech takes present simple tense form and the speech part refers to a habitual action in present, it remains unchanged. Kunima, give the example.
Rita said, I make chairs every day.
Rita said, I make chairs every day. Here, the activity of making chairs is done habitually. That means it refers to a habitual action. And if we change this speech into indirect speech, its answer will be, that means its answer will be, Rita said that she makes chairs. But you cannot say Rita said that she made chairs, because usually present simple becomes past simple in indirect speech. But here, as the speech part refers to a habitual action, it remains unchanged. And it is the restriction number 1. Restriction number 2. If the speech part refers to something usually true, generally true, or what is usually or generally true, it remains unchanged. That means if the speech part refers to what is usually true or what is generally true, may be scientific truth, may be general truth, may be ever truth or eternal truth, etc. You can simply say what is usually true or what is always true. If the speech part refers to what is usually true or what is always true, it remains unchanged. That means the tense form remains unchanged. Example.
Swati said, the sun rises in the east.
Swati says the sun rises in the east. The sun rises in the east is the speech part. It takes present simple tense form. It refers to a law of nature. That means it is true. So it remains unchanged. Its answer will be,
Swati said that the sun rises in the east.
Okay. Swati said that the sun rises in the east. Restriction number 3. Kunima.
The past simple remains.
No, you have left. That means if the a reporting verb is in present or future. If the reporting verb is in present or future, the tense form of the speech part remains unchanged. If the reporting verb is in present or future, the speech part or the tense form of the speech part remains unchanged. Example, Lata said, I am running. If we turn it into English speech, we can say the answer, Lata said that she was running. But if the question is Lata says, I am running, but its answer will be, Lata says that she is running, but not she was running, because the reporting verb is in present form, that is says. On the other hand, Lata will say, I am running. Its answer will be, Lata will say that she is running, because this reporting verb of the speech part is in future, so it remains unchanged. Just make a repetition. If the reporting verb is in present or future, the speech part remains, or the tense form of the speech part remains unchanged. This is the restriction number 3. Restriction number 4. We have been taught before, if the speech part takes past simple tense form, it changes into past perfect in indirect speech. But if the speech part takes past simple tense form, and if it refers to a historical fact, the tense form remains unchanged. Again, if the speech part takes past simple tense form, if the speech part refers to a habitual action, the tense form of the speech remains unchanged. Example, Kunima.
Mandakini said, the Battle of Plassey was fought in 1757.
Mandakini said, the Battle of Plassey. In Odia that is Plassey, but in English that is Plassey. Mandakini said the Battle of Plassey was fought in 1757, and it is a historical fact, and it takes past simple, and the tense form will be unchanged in case of indirect speech, and answer will be,
Mandakini said that the Battle of Plassey was fought in 1757.
Another simple example I shall give you. Our history teacher, Mr. Digambar Dhal, said, India got freedom in 1947. India got freedom in 1947. The speech part is India got freedom in 1947. It is a historical fact. And if we turn this sentence into indirect speech, the answer will be, our history teacher, Mr. Digambar Dhal, said that India got freedom in 1947, but we cannot say India had got, because it refers to a historical fact. Restriction number 5. Kunima.
If the past simple refers to If the past simple refers to
an imaginary conditional, it remains unchanged. In case of imaginary conditional, you must know that the conditional part takes past simple tense form. And in this regard, if we want to change this speech into indirect speech, its tense form remains unchanged. Example.
Kabir said, if I were a tiger, I would live in the forest.
Kabir said, if I were a tiger, I would live in the forest. It is an imaginary conditional. So this speech part takes past simple tense form and it remains unchanged. Answer will be?
Kabir said that if he were a tiger, he would live in the forest.
Repeat it.
Kabir said that if he were a tiger, he would live in the forest.
Please repeat the question.
Kabir said, if I were a tiger, I would live in the forest.
Okay. Answer?
Kabir said that if he were a tiger, he would live in the forest.
Restriction number 6. If the speech part has more than one past form of the verbs, if the speech part has more than one past form of these verbs, or V2, the speech part remains unchanged in indirect speech, or the tense form remains unchanged in indirect speech. Once again, if in the direct speech part we have found that there are more than one past form of verbs, and in this regard the speech part, that means the tense form of the speech part, remains unchanged. Example, Kunima.
Rani said, when I called Minati, she came.
Rani said, when I called Minati, she came. The speech part is when I called Minati, she came. When I called Minati, she came. It is the speech part. So we can separate it. When I called Minati, it is a clause. She came, it is a clause. Called is the past form of call. Came is the past form of come. So in this speech part, there are two verbs that take past form. So according to the rule, according to the restriction, if there are more than one past form of the verbs, the tense form remains unchanged. Answer?
Rani said that when she called Minati, she came.
The same dialogue, that means the same speech part. Rani said, when she
called Minati,
she came. Okay. So here there are more than one past form of the verbs. So the tense form remains unchanged. If you think this channel is or will be helpful for you, please like, share and subscribe it. Thank you.